And in Jordan, Syrian refugees are facing another winter away from their homes as the civil war continues to ravage their country. For more on their plight, let's speak to Joslyn Massad in Irbid. Welcome, Joslyn. Thanks for joining us on the phone. This is the third Christmas that many Syrian refugees are spending away from their homes. And with most international aid operations suspended during the holidays, what is the winter likely to offer for these refugees?
Thank you, Edwin. Well, this is the coldest winter the region has seen in decades. Below freezing temperatures, rain, snow. Kids have been home from school, employees home from their office for days across the country. So as you see, normal residents are not used to this harsh weather, nor are they prepared for it. So you can only imagine what the situation is like in these camps where dire situation really has just been made worse. Some people only have a flimsy tent to shield the winds, others merely a plastic sheet covering the ground and absolutely nothing to cover their heads. Aid workers have been on the ground consistently. Immediately after a big storm hit earlier this month, they provided gas heaters to refugees in the Joslyn refugee camp in the north of the country. One situation, unfortunately, a man and his sons died when the gas canister exploded and burnt their tent down. So as you can see, lots of different situations going on in the camp. We're not expecting more major storms here on out, but it remains to be very cold, windy, rainy, and saving Christmas. There have been major appeals, by the UN as well as other aid agencies to give this winter and this Christmas. And the UN is asking for $6.5 billion to help with the refugee situation across the region. But ordinary people can also give in smaller ways. Regarding the winter, refugees really need jackets, warm overcoats, winter boots, socks, gloves. There is really a worldwide campaign. You spoke earlier in Turkey, really across the region and across the world, where people can give to help the refugees in the camp.
And Jocelyn, with this change in the weather now, is there still a continuing number of refugees fleeing Syria and heading for these camps in Jordan, or has it dwindled because of the harsh conditions?
No, actually it hasn't dwindled. In the past few days, fighting has been intensifying on the Jordanian-Syrian border. We're seeing between 400 and 600 refugees crossing that border each day. Still, the UN announced this yesterday that the number of Syrian refugees that are now registered in Jordan is at 650,000. Now, this, of course, is the registered refugees. The Jordanian government puts the number of refugees in its country at well above 1 million and expects this to increase significantly in the following year. The Zaatari refugee camp now is hosting 120,000 people, which is well over its capacity. It's become the second largest refugee camp in the world, as well as Jordan's fourth largest city. The rest of the refugees have somewhat better situations. They're scattered across different cities. Some of them have the means to be able to rent homes, mainly in the north of the country. But really, there just simply isn't enough space, enough jobs, enough resources to be able to help the neediest among them.
All right, Jocelyn, thanks for giving us the picture there from Irbid. Joslyn Massad reporting to us there on the situation, the plight of the Syrian refugees in Jordan.